Hi, this is Matt Coddington with MyMobileVille, and I want to show you a very handy feature of Google Maps that is called My Maps. And I have found that many people aren't aware of this very cool feature that exists in the Google Maps. I'm going to show you first just an example of a My Map that I've already saved. I'm going to click on My Maps here, and I've got two maps saved, Sarah and Trisha's Big Day and Martin and Doria's Wedding. So I'll click on Martin and Doria's Wedding, and this was a recent one that I made for a trip to Rochester, New York. And you can see over here is the variety of locations that I saved in the map. I searched around and you can see the different icons, which you can customize the icons and whatnot. So there's different hotels where people were staying. Other icons are the location of the rehearsal dinner, where the wedding was, where the rehearsal was, the reception, etc. And so had all those different locations saved. And then what I could do is share this map with others. I was able to click on the collaborate link, which is up here at the top. You see where it says collaborate, and then thereby share this with the entire family. They could all see it on their browser when they would open it on up. And the very cool feature as well is as soon as you save one of these My Maps, then it shows up as a layer on Google Maps that you can see on your mobile device. Not just an Android phone, but a Windows phone, iPhone, BlackBerry, any phone that is capable of displaying true Google Maps. I will say you have to be signed in to Google to be creating these My Maps. So then obviously once you're signed in on your device, you would instantly see this map. It's not a matter of having to send this or do an extra special step. That's the cool thing. So I'm going to show you an example. I'll just go ahead and I'm going to create a new map. So let me just get out of this My Map that I created, and I'm going to say, I'm going to just choose, I'm going on a trip to Durango, Colorado, and I'm going to stay at the DoubleTree Hotel where I've stayed before. So then I'm just going to create a little map here that will be in Durango. So then there it shows the DoubleTree, and you see your usual search that you'd get if you were using Google Maps, and one of the options here in the little balloon is Save To. And then of course you see the Martin and Doria's Wedding and Sarah Trisha's Big Day. Those are ones I've saved before, or to create a new map. And then I hit save. Now this hotel is saved as a new My Map, and by default it wants to name it. It named it the location that I just saved. So I'm going to edit this, and instead of just calling it DoubleTree Durango, I'm going to erase that part, and I'm just going to say that this trip is called Durango. So now that's what this My Map is saved as, and right now all I have is the DoubleTree. But so now looking at, and I don't have to necessarily even just search from here, but I could just do a normal map search, and then when a result comes up, you can click on the balloon and say Save To and just add it to this particular map. But in this case, then I'm going to click on the DoubleTree Hotel. So then there's my bubble, and I'm going to say search nearby. And I remember that I ate at a place called Sweeney's, which has really great prime rib. So I'm going to put in Sweeney's and search. Then as usual, the search results come up. There's Sweeney's restaurant. And it also just happens to show there's the icon of Sweeney's up there. And you can also see in reference to where I was searching from. So I'm going to click on the Sweeney's up here. I'm going to say save. And I'm going to save it to the Durango trip. And voila. Now it is saved. Now what I can do is I'm going to turn on my... Here we are on my Android phone looking at my Google Maps, and I'm going to click on the Layers button, and you see that there's more layers, and then there's My Maps. There's the three maps that I've saved, the most recent one, the Durango one, so I tap on that, and there we are in Durango with the DoubleTree Hotel showing, and if I tap on that up there, you see here's Sweeney's restaurant. So suddenly I arrive at the airport in Durango, and then I say, okay, I'm heading straight to the hotel. I tap on it. Now my option is I can either look at it on the map or I could navigate to it. And same thing, no matter where I might be out sightseeing, moving around Durango, and it's like, hey, we got to get on over to Sweeney's. Maybe I just need to call Sweeney's. So then I could bring up the information and be able to give them a quick call. So just very handy to be able to set up the things that you know are points of interest in advance. The moment that you save it onto your My Map on the desktop, it's immediately accessible from any of your mobile devices, easily shared with others so that you can collaborate, work on it together, or you just share it with them so that they can access it, print it, do whatever else they might want with it. So check it out, Google My Maps. This is Matt Coddington with MyMobileVille.